Okay, I wanted to make a quick video. I bought the 2.5-1 leveling kit from CCM Off-Road Performance? Off-Road? Something like that. Down south. Anyway, I want to put this in, and it of course goes above the strut. So I just got done with the other side, and I just wanted to do a quick video here to try to help you out. Okay, so stabilizer link, 15mm, comes apart. Bottom of the strut, 15mm, you can get that loose. And then I also took the bracket off for the hose. The reason being, when you pull this down, you're gonna get the upper ball joint here. It's gonna separate the control arm, and when you pull the knuckle down, this is gonna stretch it too tight, and you need that play to get that strut out of there. So give me a second, and I'll try to jump back in here. Okay. ABS line. It's hard for me to see when I'm filming due to the sun behind my back. So we got this bracket off the control arm. Do this with pressure on it. Well, you got to beat the piss out of it anyway to get it pop off. Stabilizer bar, the end link. ABS line took off, and again, bottom bolts there. And then from the engine compartment, I got the 3 bolts here. So what this needs to do is the bottom needs to drop in towards the middle of the car, and then you pull the top out. Okay, strut is out, and I'm gonna put this on now. And this only goes on one way. I cleaned up the top of the strut just a little bit. That slides on. Hardware they give you. Washers, nylon nuts. And then when you're done, as you can see, I whizzy-wheeled these off here just to clear that. So when you put it back up in there, it tells you to do that in the instructions. So I'll check back. Okay, out of breath all the time. So got the plate in, and I whizzy-wheeled these off so they can clear. Okay, so here's the next point. This is the stubborn part. If you can notice the angle of this here for the lower control arm and where these mount. So what you have to do is push down on the lower control arm and the knuckle far. So this was seat on here, and you got to pull the top of the strut out as far as way as you can, and you got to start those bolts. Don't tighten them down tight, but get them pretty far on there. And then push the top in. This is a struggle. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you the angle. Okay, so this is the part here. These are a bitch to start due to this angle. I don't know if you can see that right there. So you got to start them in, wiggle them around, and you're going to pull out on the top of the strut. You see how far I have it out here. So I have to push down on the knuckle and the whole assembly to get these studs back up underneath the upper, the strut cup here, or whatever you want to call it. Once I get those in, I'll start the threads, just a couple threads. Same with these. You want to watch, you just want to start them about this much. You want to leave that loose in there, so when the angle comes back up, you put a jack under here, and you jack up the lower control arm to put pressure on all this. This angle can come back in a little bit. Then you want to tighten them down. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, now I'm going to show you this angle again. Why you want to leave that loose. See how that came back in a line? Now that everything's lined up and that's pretty flush, there's weight on it, you can tighten those down. Just go around, button everything up. Strut mounts, got the ball joint back in, stabilizer, everything ready to put the tire back on. This side went much faster since I did the other side and had a little bit of experience.